Hello Bitzbox, this is Craig from Bitzbox.co.uk here, and I'm playing the little solo campaign that GW put out on the Warhammer Community website called The Quest to Slay the Troggoth King. And in this first mission I'm playing the treasure of Strangleweed Swamp. So before we begin, I just want to give a massive shout out and a huge thank you to all of our patrons who help support us on this channel. You can find out what our Patreon is all about in the link below. So I'm going to show you how this works in this first video, talk through the battle plan and the forces involved. So let's get straight into that right now. Okay, so ignore how terrible the quality is of this printout, but this is the Quest to Slay the Troggoth King. So it's a mini campaign that you can play on your own. There's a little map there, your encampment, and then you've got the three places where the missions are. So it says to get started you will need the following: a flat surface, roughly 30 inches by 22, a Warcry board is perfect, check, one over there, we'll look at that in a minute. An Age of Sigmar army of at least 4 units, I'm going to use my Stormcast as I have lots of units, check. 2 units, or 3 if you wish to play in hard mode, of any of the following: 3 Rotgut Troggoths, 3 Fell Waters, and 1 Dankhold. Check, they're over there. Anyway, come back up there. A Dankhold Trog boss. I don't have that, but I'll just use the Dankhold Troggoth or something else for him. Wall scrolls, of course, got them all on the app, and dice tape measure, etc. So you have to pick your hunting party. So you can have a hero who has a wound characteristic of 9 or less, and is not a named character. So I've gone for a Lord Aquila. I think he has about 7 wounds. I'm going Vanguard Chamber, so quite cool. Pick any 2 units, let's go over here. Any 2 units from the following list: a Horde unit, not going to have any in Stormcast, but you can have up to 20 miniatures as long as they have 1 wound and a save of 6+ or worse. A regular unit, so up to 10 models with a wound characteristic of 1 or 2, and I've got 2 of them, so I'm taking 10 hunters, and I've got 6 raptors. I only have 6. I could take up to 10, but raptors are awesome, so you know they're probably going to do quite well just with 6 of them. So there's a lot of range in this army. I hope they're not just going to just shoot everything in the first couple of rounds and be done, but the missions do get slightly harder, and there is a hard mode, so if I do just bomb through this campaign, I'll try hard mode as well. And I might even, if this lockdown is going to keep continuing for another few weeks, I'll try a different army as well. Have some fun with it. But there's 6 there. The guy with the red bird I'll make the leader, because normally there'd be 2 squads of 3. You can also, as well, have an elite unit who's up to 5 models with a wounds characteristic of 3, or you can have a guard unit. You can have 3 models with a wounds characteristic of 4 or 5. So, you can have some pretty strong stuff in here, so yeah, maybe I'm being, we'll see how they get on, Normally I have quite a good lot of luck with hunters, but we are playing against a lot of trolls. You pick an allegiance, but you don't use any abilities, but you can gain artifacts and stuff throughout the campaign. And then to play the campaign, you've got 3 missions. There's also a casualty roll and an event table at the end of the mission, and we'll look at that afterwards. So the first mission, and there's also rules for how the Troggoths work. We'll go through them as we play the game, there's quite a lot to it. But the first mission is the treasure of Strangleweed Swamp. So there's a treasure in the middle. We start in 3 inches, and then the trolls or Troggoths are set up 15 inches away from our miniatures, and I'll get all that set up in a minute. So I've got to control we've got 6 battle rounds, and if I control the objective at the end, then I get a major victory, otherwise the Troggoths win. There's also a murky swampland. Each time a unit from your army finishes a normal move or charge, on a terrain feature, roll a dice, and on the 1, you suffer D3 mortal wounds. For purposes of this, I don't really have swamp terrain, but I've got some sort of like crappy woods. I don't know, like Murky Woods, and these are built for Fallout. And there's some ruins over there, so I'm going to just count the area terrain on them as the Murky Swampland. And yeah, you get reward. You can take an artifact of power. You roll for it randomly, but if you play hard mode, you can pick it. So, be interesting. So yeah, that's the first one we're going to do. I'm going to set the camera up on a tripod, and because I don't want to be holding this trying to play at the same time. So you'll probably get a view, maybe something like this, if I can get it up like this, or over there. And I'll just play through. So I'm going to get set up and give it a go. Okay, so before I get it mounted on the tripod, I thought I'd just show you where we are. So 3-inch deployment zone doesn't give you much space when you're Stormcast. So we're pretty much across the whole long edge there. 15 inches away also doesn't give you much width-wise. So essentially the Troggoths are on the other side. Now I forgot to mention that in these missions you take 2 out of the 3 units. You take all 3 if you play hard mode. So obviously you have to take the fell water Troggoths because it's meant to be a swamp, so it's suitable for them. And I've got the rock guts as well. So yeah, I'll get set up and see how we go. Okay, so here is the top view. Now, hopefully you can see the dice rolls okay. If not, I do apologise. So, initiative works differently in here. You just roll a single dice, and on a 1 to 3, 1, 2 or 3, the Troggoth takes first turn, and on a 4+, it is me. So it's a 2. So the first turn will go to the Troggoths. Now, the way they work is very different to a normal army, because of course you're just not controlling them yourself. To play against yourself would be a bit weird. So they have 3 phases. They have an action phase, a combat phase, or a battle shock phase. So for the action phase, you have to roll a dice, and it depends where they are on what you do. So there's a table. There's a table here. Hopefully you can see that okay. So there's a table for if they're in combat, there's a table if they're close, and there's a table if they're far away. So obviously we're going to roll on the table if they're far away. Start with this unit. And I rolled a 6. So a 6 is advance. So I'll just look on here to advance to. I think it's going to be pretty self-explanatory, but I will look anyway. If they have a regeneration ability, they can use that as if it was a hero phase. Obviously it doesn't matter on the first turn. And then they move, they make a normal move to finish as close to the nearest enemies as possible. If they are rock gut Troggoths and they're within 12 inches, which they're not, they can use their Throwing Boulders ability. And if they're fell waters and they're within 6, they can use the Noxious Vomit. Now it doesn't say if that is if they're like if they're already that distance at the beginning. So I don't know. I'll just have a quick look. And yeah, I'll be back to find out. Okay, so yeah, you take them steps in order. So do the first one, which will be regeneration, which obviously you don't need to do. And then you'll do your move. So their move is 6 inches. And I'll knock the trees over in process. Now they're not affected by the terrain, as it's their own homeland. So yeah, then they can use their Throwing Boulders ability. So you roll a dice, and if it's equal to or less the number of models in the unit, they suffer D3 more wounds. It's going to be pretty easy, as there is 10 miniatures in there. So I'll ignore the dice roll because we are going to roll. We'll roll less regardless. So they just literally all take D3 mortal wounds. So one is dead straight off the bat, and we'll take this guy out the bat. So that is their go. Next, we'll roll for the other Troggoths, and they got 6 as well, so they'll also advance. Now, they won't be able to get into range to do any and range attacks. Now there's no rules for running by the looks of it, not that I can see. So that is literally their turn. So that's the first turn, they've took 1 casualty. And yeah, we'll move on to the Stormcast. So you can do the hero phase. So the Stormcast worked just completely normal. So I don't know if we have... Oh, we do have a command ability. I'm not really going to worry too much about that. I'm just going to get straight into my movement. So of course this guy's very fast. So he's going to try and take these on. He's going to move up to 3 inches away from them. Or is he going to go straight for a treasure? No, let's go. We can shoot for our own people. So yeah, I'm going to take it to them. And the hunters are going to move 6 inches as well. We'll take the fight to them. And hopefully we'll do quite well. So of course we do have some ranged attacks. And I'm hoping the ranged attacks don't try and make this too one-sided. Again, I'm saying that before I even play it. So, you know, these guys could survive, get in combat and really do some damage. So I haven't actually used them, so I don't know what they're going to be like. However, we do have some shots. So we'll start with the hunters, as I'm already on their page. Now, they do have 2 shots each. And I got 9 of them. I'm going to do 2 rounds of shooting. I'll just do 9 at a time. Be a bit easier. If I roll over here, they hit on a 3+. So not too bad, only 2 miss. And they wound on a 4 though. Still quite good. 3 out of that. So I'll just roll the second batch and I'll keep that number 3 in my head. 3's to hit again. Lots more misses this time. And I'll roll again. Hopefully you can see this okay. I apologise if not. I've got a total of 5 hits on the Rock Guts. And they have a 5-up save with 4 wounds apiece, and I don't think there's any rend on that. So a 5+ save for them. I do make 2 of them. So 1 is down to 1 wound left. So he's taken 3 wounds. And I'll put it on that dude there. The Lord Aquila is going to shoot with his. He's got a heavy bolt storm pistol. He has 4 shots. They hit on 3s. He misses there. I apologise if there's any little rules I end up missing. Wound on 3+, so he does 2. And the Fell Waters, I assume, have a 5+ save as well. So they make 1, so they only take for 1 wound. I feel I'm going to need some of these wound dice. In fact, if I give you guys the blue ones, I'll use the white ones for the Stormcast. And then the Vanguard Raptors, the ever so reliable. So we have 6 attacks. Now, I completely forgot to check what the leader did in that squad. So he might have had some special rules. Okay, so there's no rule for shooting for the prime here. He just has the Aether Wing, which will do more attacks in combat. So it's worth checking out, but they do hit on a 2+ anyway. But they only have 1 attack each, but... Oh, I did miss with 1. I'll roll over here, I think that's better for you guys. 3 pluses. And it's minus 2 rend at 2 damage apiece. This is why they're so good, because these are now not going to get no save. And it's also 2 damage each, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. So I'm hoping they're not just going to make this too one-sided, because they are just an absolutely amazing unit. So that's 8 damage. So that's literally enough to kill 2 of them and leave that 1-on-1 wound. Technically, I'll just, well, really I should take these out. So that's, that's a bad start for the Troggoths. And then there is the charge phase. So I'm going to try and charge with my Lord Aquila into him. 4 inches, that might... Ooh, it's going to be close. That might just be out. I'm not going to give that. That's about 1 inch out, that's too much. I think you've got to get within 1 inch, haven't you? That's just over. So I'll put that down as a failed charge. We can probably make the game last a bit longer as well. 7 for these guys, so they're going to get in. We'll go as far as we can. Oh, I think I've knocked your hair off. Oh dear. There's always some casualties when you're playing games. That wasn't on very well. Now the leaders at the back there. Right, so... Now once the Troggoths are in combat, they will act normal. However, they will still roll in the action phase next turn, which means they could fight twice. We'll cross that when we come to it. So I'm going to start by doing a pile in move, see how many of these I can get in. Probably not too many. I reckon if we moved around a bit, you might be okay. So we'll give it to 6 of them. The leader's at the back for some reason, I don't know why I've done that. So we'll get on to Vanguard Hunters. Now they have the Storm Saber, as you could probably see. So that's 2 attacks each, so it's going to be 12 in total. Oh, just catching on a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're hitting on 3 pluses. Ooh, wow. Okay, that is an awful dice roll. Look at all them 1s and 2s. Out of 12, I've hit on 3. So this is where the game will be balanced out because my dice rolls are awful. 4 plus as well to do a wound. 2 wounds though. So they do have a 5-up save, and one of them's only on 1 wound. So he does die. And 1 has lost a wound. So now they'll attack back, so he's going to pile in himself. Let's see what they're like in combat. Only 2 attacks each, but they hit on 3s and wound on 3s. And they do actually do 3 damage apiece at rend -2, so hopefully they can hit and then wound with a couple. So 3 hits, 3 wounds, that's -2, I think that's just going to give me a 6-up. Yeah, so it's a 6-up save for them. Nope. So, did I say that was 3? Did I say that was 3 each? Yeah, 3 damage each, that's 9 damage. Wow, so 4 of them, I'll take this one. Well, I won't take the leader. 2, 3, 4, and 1 has taken a wound. Wow, okay. Okay, so yeah. I can see why you can take a lot against these guys. They hit hard. And I'm sure some guys who already knew that, probably just waiting for me to experience it. So as far as I'm aware, they're still battle shock. So they're okay, but these will lose. He'll go. I don't remember how this works. So you add it onto your dice roll. So he'll go on a 6. So he's fine. These, on the other hand, they've lost 5 in total. Their bravery is 7, so they could lose some more. Ooh, so they lose another 3. Ouch. 5 plus 5 is 10, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now things are looking a bit choppy, but I still think there's still enough here to really turn us around. So that is the end of turn 1. Quite a lot of deaths. Quite a lot of deaths and some running away. As far as I'm aware, Battleshock is the same. Oh, actually, it says here the units in the Trogloff army are not actually affected by it. So there you go, it's irrelevant anyway. Even though they have a Battleshock phase, so I guess it's just in their turn. I'm sure. Yeah, I probably missed it on the. Oh no, I wouldn't have needed it on the first turn anyway. So it's just for any casualties that they do. Okay, so again we roll for initiative. This time the Stormcasts go first. So I'm hoping we can kill that. We should be able to kill that last Fellwater with our 6 attacks from the Raptors. I'm not gonna. Where am I gonna move? I don't know about moving. Not in this turn. No, I'll tell you what, I will. I'll move this guy over. I think he might have to join in over there. So he's going to go around. He's not going to finish on the terrain piece, so he doesn't take the damage. He'll go there, and then I'll shoot this guy. So 6 attacks again, 2 pluses. So 2 miss, and did I not even pick up on the right number of dice? 1 more dice. I don't know if I rolled that by mistake. Then go over there. So, did that hit or not? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so I'll just take them. 3 pluses. So they gets no save on that. It is 3 pluses. Sorry, I was on the wrong thing there, but it is 2s and 3s. Yeah, leave it. That's enough to kill him anyway. That is 6 wounds, so certainly enough to kill him. So yeah, they're going to be very reliable. They're going to take 1 or 2 Trogloffs down at a shooting phase easy with their eyes closed. If they start taking casualties, then it might get a bit tricky. So I can't even remember if you can shoot into combat anymore. I can't remember. It's been so long since I played this game. Hang on, I'll just check. Yeah, so you can still shoot into combat. You can't shoot out. I'm not massively into the shooting into combat thing, but you know, you can still do it. So I'm going to do 4 shots with the Lord Aquila into them Trogloffs. They all hit. 3 plus to hit. 3 of them wound. They get their 5 plus saves. So they make 1 of them, so they take 2 wounds. So that guy is now on 3. And I'm going to attempt to charge. I'm only 3 inches away. So always going to get in really. Okay, so I'll start with the Lord Aquila this time. He has a axe, shockhand axe, so 2 attacks with that. 3 plus and 3 plus. Oh, no wounds. Okay, that's a 1 and a 2. 3 attacks from the Griff Charger. They're actually pretty decent. And also, there's no 6s. Any up? Is that a hit? Yeah, unmodified. Yeah, hit roll. Okay, so if that was a 6, he'd have done a mortal wound by default. But as it is, it's 3 pluses to wound. But so just 1, but there'll be no save against that because it's -2 rend, and that is enough to actually kill him. So off he goes. The other one gets to attack back with his 2 attacks. I think it's 2. He's going to try and finish off this little squad. So 3 pluses. So only 1. 3 plus again. Oh no, okay. He could have potentially, if he had got both of them through, he would have killed them probably. As it is, he's done no damage. Uh-oh. It's not looking good for him. He's literally the last man standing. So here we go with our sabers. Oh, does the Prime get anything? He has an extra attack. Oh no, he adds 1 to his attack, so I'll re-roll that again. No, it does get an extra attack. Fuck it. There we go. Right. Right, yeah, so he gets an extra attack, so it'd be 5 attacks. And they all hit. There's 4 pluses to wound, so we need that again, really. Not quite. But that's 3 wounds. He gets his 5+ save, which he fails 2 of them, so he's still there. And he's unaffected by battle shock. So now it's the Troggoth's go. So again, we roll on the behaviour table first, which I got a 5. So for when they're in combat, a 5 is hold. I think if it was a 6, he'd get to attack as it was the combat phase, and then he'd go again. Where's the sheet with the stuff? Hold. He can use his... I think he just uses his... yeah, he uses his regeneration ability. That's all it lets him do, but that's still pretty handy. If he can, 4+ to do it, he does it. He can heal up to D3 wounds, so he's back at full health. And then he gets to attack again, so now it's the combat phase. He's going to try and finish these guys off again. Oh, snake eyes to hit. Oh no. My dice rolling is terrible, and it's not going well for these Troggoths. So that is basically the end of turn 2. It's not looking good for the Troggoths. Initiative for turn 3. It's for Stormcast going first as well. We can shoot into combat, so I'm just going to shoot him with the Raptors. And that's probably going to be enough to finish him off. 2 pluses. They all hit. 3 pluses to wound. I'll roll down here again, sorry. Plenty of wounds there. He doesn't get saved, does he? It's -2. That's just going to be him gone. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, 5+. Yeah. Oh, do you know, I've completely done this wrong. They do have a, which I thought, I just thought actually, do they have an extra there? They have a 5+ sort of essentially feel no pain, so he does get that. That's every time he takes a wound. So that was 4. He would have taken. I don't think I would have saved him too much in this game. He would have taken 8 wounds there, so we can try and negate them on 5 pluses. So, okay, they might have survived a little bit longer. That's all I think. I think the Raptors would have got them. I'll try and remember this. As it was, it hasn't saved him at all. So, yeah. So that's one rule I have missed. There's always going to be some, isn't there? It's the first time I've actually played with them. But that's it. I'll play through this campaign, but if the Raptors are just going to win it by themselves, I'll maybe try it on hard mode, or maybe switch them out for a different squad, or even try a different army. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll probably ask again at the end of the campaign. But this is the first video. It's running a bit longer than the others will, because obviously I've explained the process quite a lot. But the other videos will probably be a bit shorter, but that's quite interesting. Doesn't feel like much of a game, because it didn't last very long, and they didn't really... It seems it's obviously just one-sided with these guys. They're very good. They are very good. I'll try and remember their stony skin rule. It might save them a bit, but I think they would not have survived 6 turns here. They would not have killed them Raptors. So yeah, Stormcast will steal the treasure. Now there are after battle things to do, which could make the next battle a bit harder for me anyway. So at the end of each battle, you have to roll for your casualties, and then you have to roll for events. Now I've got 8 casualties, so I have to roll a dice for each one, and for any one that I roll, they are dead basically, so they won't be participating in the next game. So I got one there, 1. Actually, I'll take one of the Astral Compass, because I've got 2 of them. Oh, that's not him. They're both still on the board. I'll take one. Oh, he hasn't died, so actually no, I'll just take this guy. So he is out of the next battle unless he comes back on the next table, which is the events table. So now this could also lose me more miniatures. So I'll roll on the events table first. Oh, I've got 6. Okay. So that's actually really good because you pick a unit and roll a number of dice equal to the number of models that have been removed, and on a 3+, you add them back. So he could just come straight back, and he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. Other things you can do, there's a deadly rock slide if you roll a 1. You can see that you lose D3 models from a unit. That could be really devastating. And there's one where you can subtract 1 from your bravery, one where you don't get a command point, and there's no effect, and then there's one where you get an additional command point. I'm probably not going to be using them too much, maybe just to re-roll some charge distances, which I would have done in this one if I didn't think it was going to be a bit one-sided anyway. But yeah, that's not too bad. I'm probably going to have a lot of time to play this over a few times, so expect a few videos on this, maybe with different armies and stuff. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, and maybe I'll even try switching the bad guys out as well to show other things that you could potentially use. But for now, that was video 1. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all again in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. You can also click that bell icon to be notified when a new video has gone live on this channel. On the screen now are 2 more videos that you may wish to check out, and a link to our Patreon page also. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.